excuse the bed in the background, but we are here to talk Major League Baseball. And again, yesterday we talked about Mike Burrows. Didn't get there with the strikeouts. I was actually kind of surprised at how well the Rockies hit him. That is a team that we have talked about a couple of times on this segment so far, being just a very under the radar team this year. And also on total bases, you still see the total bases header there at the top. You can catch us 6 days a week, total bases, right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, and then Saturdays at 11 a.m. Talked about the Rockies a ton, and they just got him yesterday. Give them credit. They are just playing great ball right now. And again, they had better at-bats against Burrows than I thought they would, but we're back to find another winner in this segment today. And I'm going to look at the Marlins Reds game. And I'm just going to look at a side play here on the Marlins. And a big reason for that is starting pitcher Yuri Perez, who, hasn't got off to a great start, although I think he was pretty good in his first game, coincidentally, against that same Rockies team. 7 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits, 8 strikeouts. But then last time out, not as sharp. But you know what? Pitching in the Bronx against the Yankees is not for everyone, especially not in early April. For a guy like Perez, who, is probably hasn't pitched in the cold a ton in his career. So that to me is more of a little bit of a throwaway. He only went 4 innings. He walked 6 guys. The 4 earned runs, he only gave up 2 hits, but the 6 walks were what sort of held him down last time. Again, that game was up in the Bronx. In April, it's cold. You're facing a good Yankees lineup that's having good at-bats. Going to give him a little bit of a pass there. The reason I think Yuri Perez is a guy that I consider still a little bit under the radar is he missed almost 2 years with injury. And then last year, had to work his way back last season from an injury that kept him out all of 2024 and then the beginning of part of 2025. His rehab started early 2025, but lasted almost like 2.5 months. And the Marlins were very careful with him. They let him take his time through every sort of level of the minor leagues. And, I thought the results at the big league level last year were decent, but you have to also remember that he pitched the whole season, right? Like he started pitching games in March. It was early April. It was just such a long, drawn out rehab that a lot of his starts were at the minor league level. So he gets, we'll call it about a half a year, maybe a little bit more. 4.25 ERA in 95 and a third innings pitched at the big league level. 105 strikeouts, which is more than a strikeout per inning. You love to see that. And a 1.05 whip. Those are really good numbers. Honestly, had he come out and done that for an entire season, 150 innings, 180 innings, I think he would be getting a lot more sort of publicity going into this year than maybe he is. And the other thing is, just remember back to like when he came up in 2023, what a sort of highly touted kind of commodity he was before the injury. And I'm still someone that thinks he's going to get back to that. So Yuri Perez is someone that I want to target. I love what the Marlins have done with player development. He comes from a Marlins organization that was awful with player development. Now Peter Bendix gets there, has overhauled their development staff over the last couple of years. And you've got the Marlins turning guys like Jansen Junk into like big league starters. So, Perez with all of his gifted ability in that organization, I think is going to be a tremendous starting pitcher for them. And I do think it happens this season. I'm not going to put really any stock into that game against the Yankees because, again, it's in colder weather. They're a very good team. And I think going back to that game, he just got a little too cute in terms of like trying to just pick off every corner. And of course is derailed by 6 walks. So what I think you're going to get here against the Reds. Now the Reds are playing good ball. They keep winning close games. I don't know that the Reds can continue this run that they're on, 8-3 through 11 games, but pretty good ball club. That being said, Brady Singer was a guy that I liked going into last year, and then the writing was sort of on the wall, in my opinion, that there was going to be some regression, which I don't even think he really fully got hit by. He finishes the year with a 4.03 ERA to 1.24 WHIP, which are good numbers throughout the course of the season. But I do think the league kind of started to figure him out, made some adjustments when he got to Cincinnati. So, of course, 2024 into 2025, I was high on him because he tweaked his pitch mix a little bit. And I thought that would be like very, very beneficial for him going into last season, which I do think it was. But, through 2 outings so far this year, 11 hits in 9 innings. I don't know. It's not that I'm totally out on Singer, but do I think he's a better option here than Perez? No. Do I think the Marlins could get to him? I do like the Marlins lineup. I think that they're a little bit underrated, under the radar, if you will. So for me here today, the play is going to be the Marlins on the money line. I just think that this team is much better than they're getting credit for in the market. And then, they had that great opening week where they kind of, beat up on the Rockies and have come out and lost 4 or 5. I don't think that I'm not going to really read into that much. It's just, the last few days going up to the Bronx. Hey, the fact that they went to Yankee Stadium and won one of those games, I think that's fine. Taking one of the 3-game series in the Bronx is fine. This is a 4-game set against the Reds. I kind of expected them to at least split it. And I still think they're going to get in position to split this series with the Reds. So to do that, they've got to win tonight. And that's how I'm looking at this one. I like Yuri Perez to have a good start. You can look at some Yuri Perez props, but I think the way to play this one is just the Marlins to win this game. Marlins on the money line. Heading over to my page at Wager Talk. That's where all of my plays will be today. I've got a great special up with my 2 co-hosts on the Total Basis show. It's a double play package. You get myself and Tokyo Brandon, or myself and Brian Leonard, and at a very discounted rate. So check that out. Let's see if the Marlins can get it done for us today. And I'll be back with another Under the Radar segment for Thursday tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then.